Hello. So it's Saturday and I've already met up with a couple of friends, which was great. Soon I'm going out with a friend to be with them during an auction. So this is a property that they're hoping to buy. They've been looking for quite a number of years and it's really hard in Sydney. So fingers crossed. I really feel like having a bit of a rest though, because it's been quite an exhausting week. All in all, there's been a lot going on, and I get to the weekends sometimes and I just feel like, I just want to sleep. But the weather's really nice, and in the coming week I've got a lot to do as well. I've got the trip to the US pending. Still waiting for my Esther though. And what else? Writing my paper. The whole document change thing is just going to have to wait till after the US. And that's sensible anyway, because I don't want to be rushing it through only to have problems of the likes that we know many trans people are experiencing. But yeah, effectively, like, I've had to order my change of name certificate so that I can trace my original name and birth certificate back in a different state, because things do not coordinate across state lines in Australia. So that should be coming next week, and then I'll send off for my birth certificate, and then we can get the process rolling when I get back with my birth certificate. I'm going to need to change my details, hopefully, on my birth certificate, since you can do that in New South Wales, and eventually the passport, which is going to be expensive, right? And I might need to get a Service New South Wales card. So this is all for the sake of documenting my name and my gender. And it's expensive, and it's labyrinthine. I mean, I know people who have done this before I have, so I had a fair idea about the process. But yeah, now that it's actually, oops, sorry, squeaky. Now that it's actually going to be something I'm pursuing, it makes my head spin a little bit, but it's necessary. And I'll give two reasons why. Well, they're pretty much just the same reason. Getting called Mister, which just feels like a little splinter under my skin. It's an irritant and it seems wrong. Or any other kind of gendered honorific. I would prefer, by and large, that if someone's going to address me, that they call me Doctor. Not Doctor Who. Doctor, because that's what I am. I'm a doctor. So there's no need to use MR, MS, or anything. It would just be better to be gone with it, done with it. And then there's the occasional kind of flex, or from institutions, or my feeling about that, to see that first name, which is my Christian name, and it was time many years ago to get rid of that. And then finally, not having to read an M on my medical records and other records. It would just be easier, smoother sailing, let's say. So I once posted about this and how it's the archive of corrections. And it's a colonial process, really. It's an outgrowth of that. There's much more I could say about that, namely via the work of Maria Lugones, who I've been promising to talk about for some time now. Maria Lugones is someone that I had contact with in the last years of her life. And that's because I was organising a panel called Gender, Decoloniality, and I think it was just called Gender and Decoloniality. And we'd invited over Maria Lugones, and we had on the panel as well Sarah C. Mota, who's a friend, and Sujatha Fernandez from University of Sydney. In the final analysis, let's see, Maria couldn't be there because a relative was ill, but she did send me her paper, and I read that. So I actually have amongst my possessions part of her estate. And it's a brilliant paper, it really is. I mean, she did develop that thinking in other publications. Indeed, there's a new publication that's come out. I'll let you know in the notes. Worth a read, definitely.